at what Wole Soyinka wrote. I think it was Soyinka who wrote The Trouble with Nigeria. And Soyinka said, it was Chinua Achebe. It was Achebe who did the trouble with Nigeria. He said, there is no problem with the Nigerian land, the Nigerian soil, the Nigerian air, the Nigerian water, the Nigerian seas and lakes. The trouble with Nigeria, as is the trouble with Kenya, is the failure of leadership. It is a cult of mediocrity. It is indiscipline and it is corruption.
Hello, my great and wonderful people. We welcome you once again to our today's episode of this program. And today we get some videos and messages for our team. We're going to be saying one quickly the review to you concerning the things we're going to be saying if they happen right now for inside this country, Nigeria. Just as you rightly see one video from the introduction of this very broadcast when it basically they received from the floor of the Senate of Kenya. Yes, this will not be Nigeria. The issue don't reach to this very extent when it be say other African countries, they use Nigeria as a mockery example. Yes. Now the level when it be say our politicians don't take courage, now it be that very one. Although I would leave you to listen to this very video when it be say they receive from the floor of the Kenyan Senators, where it be say therefore refer to Nigeria as a leading example of a corrupt nation. Although before we bring you that very video, we equally get this other message when it be they receive when it be it concerned the recently concluded election for United Kingdom. And the title of this one say UK election victory validates Peter Obi as a leader of black race. This one now the matter when it be say Labour Party chieftain review to the public. Why it be say this man come as I say this UK election when it be say that they elect another prime minister validates Peter Obi as a leader of black race. Then we'll define out even as we do small from the reading of this very one before we'll bring you the other video. And as we put our hand for inside this matter, the come make us understand say the Labour Party candidates for Abakaliki stroke Easy Federal Constituency for the 2023 general elections when Ibisi Nimna Eze Emmanuel Eze don't come aside to hail the party's presidential candidate when Ibisi Nimna Peter Obi as the leader of the black race as they follow the Labour Party's recent victory for the United Kingdom UK election. And still on top of the matter, the come make us understand, say, Eze, say, may we take note, say, Peter Obi, say, he call on the UK electorate to make sure, say, they vote for the Labour Party when it be, say, it later result to the landslide victory for the party for United Kingdom. And still on top of the matter, they come make us understand, say, Niger News make us to understand, say, Eze made this very statement during the event when we say that they call Labour Party expanded statewide stakeholders briefing when it be say it take place for the place when it be say they call City Hub Event Center for Abakaliki over the weekend. And for us to conclude this matter, the come make us understand, say, according to Eze, say Peter Obi's influence, say he go beyond this Nigeria as it reach the entire African as a continent and the entire world at large. All right, my great and wonderful people. Now, only this one fit take from this very message when we see what they receive from Mr. Eze Emmanuel Eze when it be say he come aside to call Peter Obi as the leader of black race as he go ahead to influence the election of the UK Prime Minister when it be say he eventually make him the Prime Minister of today, now it be this very one. And before we leave you to share your own opinion with us on the comment section as we talked earlier, I don't know what you think, whether not truly now the call of Peter Obi now influence the election of UK. May you let us know for the comment section. Just as you already they aware, say the party when be say he win for UK now also Labour Party. I believe say now the reason why it be say yes, this man come aside to talk say now Peter Obi make that very pronouncement to say may Labour Party people when be say the day for UK may they vote for Labour Party when it be say he eventually make their candidates win. If you believe say that very statement are true, leave them for us on the comment section. If you still dey against them, still indicate your own interest for the comment section, even as we take you down to this other video when it be said we dey receive from the Kenyan parliament. This one are the one when it be said that they come outside to publicly refer to Nigeria as the center of corruption. To you, you might see say this thing not really matter. It matters a lot. You feel they ask yourself question why it be say Nigeria as a giant of Africa no fit enter every other Africa country without it be say they know they treat us with one bad way or the other. Now because of all these things. Watch this video first. We'll come back for more.
At what Wole Soyinka wrote, I think it was Soyinka who wrote The Trouble with Nigeria. And Soyinka said, it was Achebe. It was Achebe who did the trouble with Nigeria. He said, there's no problem with the Nigerian land, the Nigerian soil, the Nigerian air, the Nigerian water, the Nigerian seas and lakes. The trouble with Nigeria, as is the trouble with Kenya, is the failure of leadership. It is a cult of mediocrity. It is indiscipline and it is corruption.
All right. Just as you see that very man, that will not be Nigerian. Na Kenyan senator, na it be that very one for Kenyan senator floor. Na if make that very statement. Then waiting lead to this very statement, I will allow you to listen to another senator when it be say he also make statement concerning something when it be say if they happen for the political class of Nigeria, when it be say he also they kill the system of Kenya today. Hear the cry of this man and also weigh the one when it be say if they happen for Nigeria system as we speak today. We'll come back for more.
What's wrong with our company, our country? We call it a company with shareholders. Our country is not a company. Our company is Kenya, which is a state. It has 50 million people who all expect and demand certain services from the state. We, the politicians in this house, I heard my colleague speak. I am so happy that we are now telling each other the truth. We are the ones who carry militias. We are the ones who go and carry cattle rustlers. We are the ones who have got companies that are doing business in government departments. We are the ones who are stealing the money. Look at the national government, call it down, bring it down to the National Assembly. We must begin to look at issues like CDF. We must look at the Women Fund. We must look at the structure. Do we need all the people who have been given offices? I've been asking this publicly. Why are governors running county governments as if they are private companies where they're stealing money, buying properties abroad, driving such big vehicles, including ourselves? When did we decide that I must drive a car which is 4.8 cc? That at 3,000 cc is not good enough. When our children don't have medicines, when our women are not giving birth, when we can't feed our children, when we buy fertilizer, we deal on it, we sell some of it, we sell mchanga. We are bringing in maize when we are supposed to be planting maize and giving farmers fertilizers and giving them funds so that we can get production and increase that, so that we create jobs for our people. It is we politicians who won't buy 2 million metric tons of maize. We come and sell. We bring 3 million metric tons of sugarcane. Mumias is dying. Chemelil is dying. Sony Sugar is dying. Those are factories that used to employ people. Who are the biggest dealers of investment companies in Kenya? We, the political class. What happened to Kenya Airways? Look at it now. Smelly, filthy. It was the pride of Africa. Who runs Kenya Power? Why are we not told who are the owners of the independent power suppliers of this country? Why are we not being told who owns our national parks? But you hear money is being stolen by none other than the elites and the political class. These people out here are tired. These people are tired. I was crying this morning today because we are messing up a good thing. We are messing up this country. Who wants to be a refugee? And there's enough for you people to eat, so long as you eat with manners. The revenue we collect is enough to run 8 African countries: Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania. You go to Congo, You go to South Sudan, you go to Somalia, and you go to Ethiopia. That's what our goddamn budget is. Just manage it, don't steal it. A few people are stealing too much. These kids out here, they know everything. They know your houses. They know where your kids go to school. They know which properties of land you have. Why must somebody have 4 million acres of land to his name? What happened to our mentality? Then we pretend and run to churches talking about Christianity, how Jesus... Do you understand what you are dealing with? The people out here don't even believe in God anymore. The people out here are tired of the lies, the religious organizations. And I have to say this, I'm a Catholic. I was so happy I saw the Papal Nuncio talk about the issues of a country. Let us forget that we can run this country as tribes. Let us accept that there is a new sheriff in town. That sheriff is the GNC. They are partyless, they are tribeless, they don't have money, they just have bundles and a phone. And they'll stop this country to move. I would like to plead with the members of this house, when it comes to looking at what role our committees are playing. Look at what happens. I want to thank my brothers Sifuna, my brother Chirargei. I want to thank Madam Dulo. These are, many of you may not know, we've never discussed it here. How many times we've been threatened that we are raising issues about county governments losing billions. And I mean, who doesn't know how many governors own apartments and houses in Kilimani Road? Each one of them owning an apartment costing 1.5 billion shillings. Why didn't the fool just go and build a hospital where he comes from? How I wish we stole the money and put it at home. Some of them are going to Dubai. People are going to America. You see on social media. I just saw somebody commenting saying that, oh, the senators have nothing to do. I want him to tell me how he bought a Bentley and is an MP. Explain to me, how does somebody, the truth is, I'm born with advantage and privilege. That is the truth. I saw my father driving a big car when I was a small boy. That is not what drives me. What drives me is, how do you get a member of parliament driving a Mercedes that costs 49 million shillings? And we are watching, and that is normal. And it is okay. And it is okay. Shame on us. Then we make sure this money doesn't go to the schools. We make sure that hospitals have no money. We start building hospitals now. We want the poor people to come to those hospitals. Poor people can't come to Nairobi Hospital. They can't come to Aga Khan. Some of them can't afford Kenyatta. You saw the other day, Kenyatta has a debt of 6.6 billion. The Eldoret Hospital, Eldoret KTRH, has a debt of 3.9 billion. When you ask, they tell you we don't know where the money went. Are we fools? Do we need to buy houses which have got 15 bedrooms and drive 19 cars and put them in your parking lot, and you want 10,000 acres of land? You want a ranch? You fools, you go and buy a ranch in Australia. This is where we are. We keep blaming the police. The policeman cannot do anything. Have we ever gone as a Senate to go and see where the police lives? How he takes his kids to school and his salary is 19,000. And this house has to start thinking about those things. We guys must begin, and we ladies and gentlemen in this house must begin to agree that we can reduce our salaries, that we can drive smaller cars, that we can wear kaundas. In fact, the only thing I'm very annoyed about the president, I'm the one who started wearing kaundas. Now he has given kaunda a bad name. I want Kenyans to love kaundas the way I loved them. Let us wake up, Kenyans. We can't play football. Money comes from FIFA, it is eaten. World Rally Championship, money comes from there, it's eaten. You go, you want Kenya Lawn Tennis Association, they only want 50,000 to hold an international tennis tournament. Not even the minister appears there. But when the minister is traveling out of the country, he's got how many people? Private jet, goes to Dubai, books one of those hotels, luxury hotels, and he comes back to Nairobi with the same 9 people he took with a private jet. And you assume that the Gen Zs don't know. These days they track you. They can know which private jet you took, where it went, and how it came back. Many of us are worried because either because of history or because of what has happened, we have got a lot of money now, we are owning so much land. Please allow us to have spatial planning. Your land, we can have an implemented law in this house to protect your even identity. But please don't stop stealing public land. Let us have mercy at our people. You saw people from Eldoret and Kakamega talking about, oh, our chambers which our grandfathers left for us. Now you guys who are MPs and senators, you come, you chase us away, and then you throw us into court. You go and bribe the courts. And I want to talk about the judiciary. We respect you. We know that you are most of the time under the pressure. We know there are certain things which you can even be blackmailed, but we want to hold you at a higher standard. We must hold the judiciary at a higher standard, the legislators at the higher standard, and make sure the president is also at the higher standard. That is how we can move as a country and stop this nonsense. We behave like monkeys running through a forest looking for bananas without knowing whether it's the bananas they want or it's oranges. I really, really want to say this, Madam Speaker, finally. I was nearly giving up on my country. I have changed my mind because of today. The young men who are fighting for this country have done us proud. Let us treat them with dignity. Let us make sure we engage them. Let us stop doing the things which make them angry, desperate, and upset with the ruling class. The truth is, if this country breaks down, it takes all of us down. I can tell you, I was in South Sudan when we were doing the comprehensive peace agreement. I visited as a minister, as a young minister, to go and do what was called a referendum. I've been to Khartoum. I have been to Mali. I've been to a country in West Africa. I'll remember the name, Madam Speaker. You look at how people have been treated and now the political class has treated their people. Everybody looks destitute and everybody is desperate. Let us change our ways. We can run the country peacefully, make sure everybody is a person of dignity. Let's treat our people kindly. A country that never takes care of its most vulnerable is a country that is not worth talking about. So I want to ask the political class, I want to ask all our auditors, I want to ask all members of the county assembly, please, members of the county assembly, your job is to oversight, the MP's job is to oversight, and the senator's job is to oversight. Let the governors run the place. If they bribe you, you will not get development. Let us agree that those are the rules that we'll have to operate with. And let us share the cake of this country equitably and fairly. Let us not have one region getting 50 billion when one area's got only 1.2 billion. And when you are giving scholarships, why should we have 3 scholarship funds in this country? Those are some of the things, Madam Speaker, without speaking too much, I want to vent. And I thank all my colleagues for having shown our country the love that it deserved. Thank you.
Said it was Achebe. It was Achebe who did the trouble in Nigeria. He said there is no problem with the Nigerian land, the Nigerian soil, the Nigerian air, the Nigerian water, the Nigerian seas and lakes. The trouble with Nigeria, as is the trouble with Kenya, is the failure of leadership. It is a cult of mediocrity. It is indiscipline and it is corruption. Mr. Speaker, ever since Achebe made those very, very interesting remarks more than 20, 30 years ago, Kenya has not learned a lesson. I am so happy about this revolution that our young people have brought upon us, because it is going to change the architecture of our politics. Before, the people who mattered were the leaders and owners of parties. Today, the true bosses are the youngsters, the Gen Zs, our brothers and sisters, our sons and daughters. Mr. Speaker, I heard the president say that he wants to set up certain committees to go around the country to find out what the youth want. But why do you ask for a job when you don't know what the people who elected you want, Mr. Speaker?
All right, my great and wonderful people. I believe say all of you don't listen to the video. Now, the same thing when they say it be what happened for Nigeria, for inside this country, for NSAS protests when it be say yes. They by all means put an end to by killing our people. Now they say revolution, now it happened for Kenya of recent. I believe say you don't see the reason why it be say today, if they're very difficult, even for Nigerians to even migrate, get visa to another Africa country. Share you see the reasons. All right. I'll leave you to share your own opinion with us in the comment section. We don't really get much to say because we don't talk all these things over and over again. Time don't reach for all of us to know who be our problem. We're supposed to understand this by now. All right. Share your own opinion with us in the comment section, even as we draw the line of this broadcast here. We will see you again when we see you. Remember, we love you all. Bye-bye.